Rickey Smiley Morning Show, the most funny in the morning. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Just another day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. Ladies and gentlemen, the senior pastor of Friendship West Missionary Baptist Church, Dallas, Texas, Pastor Frederick Douglass Haynes. Pastor Haynes, good morning.
Good morning, Rickey Smiley. How you doing, bro?
Man, blessed and highly favored. Happy belated Father's Day to you. We're going to celebrate Father's Day all year round because
I know that's right.
Celebrated. And I know you got a good word this morning.
Hey, Rickey Smiley, you're the best father ever. I thank God for you. Listen, the word of the day is, why should I worry? Why should I fret? Just keep about all the ways God has kept God's promises in the past. Listen, Hezekiah Walker blesses me so powerfully because he opens up that song, Jesus is my help, with that question, why should I worry? Why should I fret? And this message goes out to someone who is in a state of anxiety. You are worried, you are fretting, you are tripping over what's going to happen in this thing called life. And every now and then it seems like the worst that could happen is exactly what happens. But the word is, don't you worry and don't fret, because Hezekiah says, just look back over your shoulder at all the ways God has made and kept every promise that God has shared. That's the word I give to everyone this day, and that is, instead of fretting about what's around you, look back over your shoulder to what God has done for you. I think that's the first thing I'll dwell on right there, because every now and then I've just got to look back at what God has done. That way I know what God can do. I'll do it for you one more time. I know what God can do because I've seen what God has done. So when I'm going through what I'm going through, I just remember what God has already done. God has seen me through before. God has made a way before. God has provided before. So remember what God has done, and you can look forward to what God will do. But not only that, Hezekiah talks about God has kept every promise. Listen, God is a promise keeper. God does not lie. And so when God says all things work together for good to those that love God and are called according to God's purposes, listen, God doesn't lie. That's exactly what's going to happen when God says weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Yeah, the night may be long, the night may hurt, but God ain't lying. The good news is joy is coming in the morning. When God says be anxious for nothing, but by everything with prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made unto God, and God's peace that passeth all understanding will guard your heart and mind through Christ Jesus. Listen, God ain't never lied. So here's what you do when you're worrying and when you're fretting. Remember what God has already done, and then don't forget, God doesn't lie. When God makes a promise, it's a promise that will be kept, and so Jesus is my help.
I know that's right, Pastor Haynes. That's a good word this morning. Here we go. Let's get into some music. Love you, Pastor Haynes.
Love you, Ricky. Have a great one.
News headlines,
entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 22 minutes after the hour. Y'all, the segment's being brought to you by BET. That's right, y'all. Culture's biggest night is hip-hop greatest celebration. The BET Awards 2023, live Sunday, June the 25th at 8, 7 Central, only on BET. Maria, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, RSMS family. Here's your Wednesday news. A massive search operation is underway to find a Titan submersible with 5 people on board that went missing on Sunday on a trip to view the wreckage of the Titanic. Now, sonar picked up banging sounds Tuesday during the search, indicating continued hope of survivors as the vessel's air supply dwindles. Aboard are a British billionaire, a French diver, a Pakistani father and son, and the founder of the company that operates the tour. In other news, dozens of people had to be rescued from their homes in North Carolina on Tuesday afternoon as thunderstorms dumped heavy rains across the South. Several streets and low-lying areas of the city were also closed because of flooding. Fortunately, no injuries have been reported. Lastly, all young and middle-aged adults should be screened regularly for anxiety and depression, even if they don't have symptoms. While the U.S. Preventative Services Task Force has recommended doctors assess patients for depression since 2002, this is the first time the group has advocated for routine screening of anxiety in adults. Pregnant women and those who gave birth within the last year were also highlighted as people who should be screened. I'm Maria Moore, and that's a quick look at news. For more on these stories and other headlines, visit RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. Rock, what's going on in sports?
What's up there, Maria? Miami Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill is under investigation on allegations of assault. He allegedly hit a Miami Beach Marina employee during a disagreement. Tyreek reportedly slapped the employee on the back of the head, and they just got into a little altercation. There's been no files haven't been charged yet. He's just under investigation right now, so we'll see what happens. I'll keep you posted. In the meantime, a little sports gossip. New Orleans Pelicans star Zion Williamson's former alleged girlfriend, or I guess side chick, Mariah Mills, has been suspended from Twitter after threatening to release a sex tape involving her and Zion. She's still bothered since he and his current girlfriend revealed that they're going to be having a baby.
Don't nobody want to see. He got hips, she got hips. That's a tape. Don't nobody want to see. That is not a threat. Don't nobody. Right, we went to the game. We didn't want to see him play. We didn't even want to see him hopping down the court like somebody's grandmama.
But here's the deal, Rick. She was threatening the New Orleans Pelicans to trade him out of New Orleans.
Shut up.
And she said, New Orleans, if you don't trade him out of New Orleans, I'm going to release our sex tape.
No one cares.
What they got to do with basketball? Right.
We don't care.
She
don't even want to watch it.
She just nitpicking at his current girlfriend. They got a new baby on the way, so, and she also claims that she may be pregnant too, so we're going to see what happens, man.
Boy, he killing them, ain't he? He wearing them out. He doing everything but wearing them out on the basketball court. He ain't doing nothing.
Well, he just can't stay healthy to stay on the court. Gary, what's up there, man?
All right, y'all. Cynthia Bailey, Real Housewives of Atlanta star Miss Cynthia Bailey. They're saying, honey, this girl has not lost her entrepreneurial spirit. Now, they're saying while mostly known for her TV and modeling career, they're saying that Cynthia has also established herself as a full-fledged businesswoman. Now, the mother of one has secured multiple brand partnerships, opening up a modeling agency. She delved into podcasting, and she launched a leather accessories line called CBVR. But they're saying one of her most famous ventures was, without a doubt, her infamous eyewear brand that she announced back in 2015. Well, she took a minute off, from doing that. I guess after she got married and what have you, and went through all of that good stuff. And now she's saying she is definitely back with her eyewear line, honey. So she said that she's going to be coming back soon with her new eyewear. And, she was excited because Nick Cannon, he did a photo shoot recently, and he chose her to do the photo shoot with him. And, she was saying he could have easily chose one of these little young models and what have you, but he went back and he found her. And she looks amazing. So, kudos out to Cynthia, honey, and all her entrepreneurships and everything that she's doing in dear life. All right, the color today is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is marmalade. On the high end, you say marmalade, and on the low end, you say beautiful orange. That's your color for today. Brad, what you got coming up in the hot spot?
Coming up next in the hot spot, somebody scared for their life in prison. Wait till I tell you who it is up next. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot
and that's hot.
You can catch me at the hot spot.
It's the BR18.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. It's the bottom of the hour. Time for the hot spot segments being brought to you by.
Listen to the Undressing Room podcast presented by Macy's featuring L'Oreal. Log on to the undressingroompod.com for access to her personal Macy's shopping page. The Undressing Room podcast is available wherever you get your podcast. What up, Brickety Tat?
What up, Rock T? Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brat Tat Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Well, y'all, in the audio clip, R. Kelly revealed that he is afraid for his life due to alleged negligence on prison medical staff after undergoing an operation to treat his blood clots. Now, he was heard going off about the prison's alleged negligence in regards to blood clots discovered in his legs, which later resulted in him having to have surgery on his Achilles tendon. And he explained, he said, I don't deserve to die because somebody miscommunicated or somebody took a guess at what's wrong on my leg. I'm not supposed to die this way. You're not even supposed to take a chance on that, he he continued. He said, because if I was your child and if it was your father, if it was your mother, somebody you love, you would have said, go to the doctor. We need to get that checked out. We need to look at that. We need to x-ray that. He also added they didn't even x-ray. And that's why I'm speaking out on this, because I'm scared for my life in that area. And who wouldn't be? They treat animals better than that. So he's currently serving 30 years in prison for sex trafficking charges. I mean, what y'all think about that? I mean,
that's how they treat you in there.
That is how they treat you in there. You're not finna get no special treatment. So, I mean,
you better join a gang. You know, or join something where you're going to get some kind of
protection.
Protection, yeah.
Yeah, but it's the medical staff.
So he think the medical staff trying to kill him?
He said the medical staff, they ain't x-ray, they ain't do nothing. They just like, okay, you had surgery and whatever.
Yeah, they're going to do the bare minimum when it comes to medical treatment.
You already know.
In a prison.
You already know.
Do y'all think he's going to make the 30 years? You think he'll make it?
Nah. I mean, I would hope, but I think at his age, dude, we're talking about being 80-something years old.
Hopefully he got medicine to treat the clots, like they take aspirin and stuff, like blood thinners or something like that. But I don't know if he had surgery and stuff. Like, you got to follow up on that stuff. Who told you to have surgery in prison?
Yeah. Oh, God.
I really don't know, y'all. This is not looking too good. So I just keep y'all posted on everything that's going on with that. Like, I don't even know what to say, because they don't care in prison. They ain't finna do no extra special celebrity stuff for you. So, I mean, I hear what he's saying. He want to be taken care of, but it's the situation you in, bruh. Sorry. Well, y'all, moving on. On Juneteenth, Rick Ross donated over $30,000 to a local health care clinic in Fayetteville, Georgia, to keep the medical facility from shutting down. Smart move on Rick Ross, because if you remember when he was getting ready to do his car show, they was going against him. So he's doing amazing things now for the city of Fayetteville. I think he mentioned he might even want to run for mayor. But according to XXL, local Atlanta news station Channel 2, reported that he personally delivered the check to Fayette Care Clinic, and the business almost closed because it didn't have enough funds. So congratulations to you, Rick Ross, for doing big things over there, helping people. All right, y'all, we're going to wrap up the hot spot on that note. But coming up next, we got Rock T's HBCU. Who we repping today, Rock T?
Oh, bring it to let's holler at Morgan State University. Pimpin'.
Yes, sir.
You already know, Rick Dawn. That's coming up next on the HBCU. You know? It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Now you know.
And if you don't know, now you know.
HBCU.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Rock Teasy up in the house. It's time for another HBCU. No. We're going to always highlight and showcase our heroes and sheroes that attended or currently attend our phenomenal historically black colleges and universities. We're going to head down to Morgan State University, established in 1867, home of the Blue and Orange Bears, also home of the magnificent Marching Machine Marching Band. Let's talk about one of y'all's former graduates. Oh, yes, Valerie Thomas, a scientist and inventor. She was one of only 2 women majoring in physics at Morgan State University, where she received her physics degree. When she left Morgan State, she went on to work for NASA. Y'all don't understand. Valerie Thomas invented the illusion transmitter. Y'all probably scratching your head like, what is an illusion transmitter? She pretty much invented 3D movies, y'all. Come on now. She a bad woman. Matter of fact, NASA continues to use her technology to this day. She also developed real-time computer data systems to support satellite control centers. I would definitely enroll in a Valerie Thomas STEM class. Another proud HBCU alum of Morgan State University, Valerie Thomas. If you didn't know, now you know. If you want me to highlight your favorite HBCU, hit me up on my social media platforms at Rock T Holla. Let's get it.
HBCU, know.
The owner of an auto repair shop who paid a former employee salary with 91,500 pennies covered in motor oil has been ordered by a judge to pay nearly 4 million more cents. Now, after the employee filed a complaint with the Department of Labor saying the job owed him a final paycheck of $915, the employer decided to dump that amount in oiled covered pennies in the employee's driveway. How petty is that? The amount of loose change came with the pay stub signed with cuss words. Now, after further investigation, the Labor Department found that the business also had violated overtime provisions of the Federal Fair Standards and Labor Act. And now a federal judge rules that Mile Walker, who owns A.O.K. Walker Auto Works in Peachtree City, Georgia, now owes an additional $39,934 to 9 workers for unpaid overtime and damages. Oh my God. On June 16th, a judge signed a consent order which Walker agreed to pay nearly $8,700 more to the former employee in owed overtime and damages. 8 other workers will also receive amounts between $513 and $14,640 within the next year. Now, the court has sent a clear message to employers such as Mile Walkers who subject employees to unfair wage practices and outright intimidation and retaliation. They said it will not be tolerated. How would you feel if I would be so mad, man, if somebody dumped, you know how many pennies that is?
Yes, a lot.
And it's covered in oil, motor oil.
So you need a shovel, you need some rubber gloves, you need some Mr. Clean.
Lightning. Yeah, you done messed up my driveway.
You need some whack off. Damn.
91,500 pennies.
Right, and so the judge, so he made him give the man more money, or he just, you said he had other employees that he had to also pay.
He needs to pay other employees, but the judge ordered him to pay this person 4 million more cents.
Damn. And I promise you, he's going to go find it in pennies.
No, he can't do that. He can't do that.
And dump it in the driveway. That's real petty.
Oh, my goodness.
Anybody ever had any situations like that? Not like that with the pennies, but, I had to leave a job. Like, I remember I got fired from Journeys. I don't know why the lady Mary Ann, I remember my manager's name was Mary Ann. She did not like me over there because I stood up to her one day. She had ADHD real bad. And she'll tell you 5 different things, and then we started to ask questions. Then she'll get mad and then interrupt you while you're trying to ask her. She was just confusing or whatever, but that wasn't a good working situation. Then I was working at a furniture store, and they had a crackhead working with us, and he would go. Hey, Rock, we would have to ride in the back of a dog truck delivering office furniture, but he would be back there smoking crack. I was scared.
No way. Shut up.
He probably was the best mover, too, dog.
Okay.
Yeah, he was.
None of y'all help.
One time he had took a hit off that crack pipe. I said, "Hey, Mr. Head coming," and he blew the smoke out. Man, that dude tried to fight me because I had messed up his eye. I think that was a brand new rock. I said, "Don't you ever do that again." He said, "Ever." All right, Brett. All right, y'all. We got more Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.
Hold it! He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
Gary has the tea and the color today. Gary, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Wednesday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and here's what's happening here's what's happening, at least in celebrity news, y'all. Now, they're saying, y'all, over the past few days, y'all, we talked about it, that music mogul Russell Simmons, y'all, he's been in a bitter war, honey, of words with his beautiful ex-wife, Miss Kimora Lee Simmons, and their beautiful daughter, Miss Ming Lee. Now, they're saying, y'all, that a lot of people are talking on social media about this, and they're saying, honey, that people really found out what the field may be about, and it's about what? Money, honey. They're saying it's about money. They said 3 years ago, Russell Simmons, he came under that immense pressure after multiple women, y'all, came forward with unproven allegations of sexual violence against Russell. Now, they're saying that the music mogul, he has not been charged with any crime, nor has he been found liable in court for any of those alleged abuses. Well, but they're saying when the allegations first surfaced, honey, Mr. Russell said, oh, Lord, let me protect my assets. So what he did, he sold off most of his businesses, and he moved to Bali, y'all, to protect his fortune from being taken, y'all, from any of his alleged victims. Well, Russell had one investment, y'all, just one, that he could not easily sell, and that was a $16 million investment in Celsius energy drink, y'all. Now, they're saying Russell and his wife, Kamara, along with other investors, they put millions of dollars, y'all, into this energy drink company. Well, they said they made the investment through a company called New Horizon Venture back in 2015, which, y'all, Russell held. But nevertheless, make a long story short, Russell, honey, he was afraid he couldn't do it. So what he did was he stepped down from the company and he allowed his beautiful ex-wife, Miss Kamara Lee, to run the company. Well, they're saying despite the divorces, they said Kamara, honey, the company made money. Well, the company made, honey, they said the Celsius Energy investment turned into a huge success. The $16 million investment is now worth, y'all, more than $300 million. Well, they said Russell believed that a portion of that $300 million is his, and Ms. Kamara said, ain't none of this yours, honey. But she ain't, honey, me and my ex-husband, Mr. Tim Lassard, honey, who was convicted of fraud, y'all, are the rightful owners of that investment company, honey. So nevertheless, Russell is going back and forth with Kamara. Well, the daughter got in, honey, and, she was trying to talk to her daddy, and Russell was hollering at her baby, cursing and carrying on with this girl. And she told him, Daddy, I cannot talk to you because when I talk to you, it's so stressful. She said, my blood pressure is high. She said, I'm going through so much because all you do is curse and scream. So that's the thing. What's been happening with him and his daughter. That's why she's a little upset with her dad and stuff. But, I'm wondering, though, did Kamara take that money, honey? Her worker, she said, girl, look, we gave you your money back, honey, so you don't know what you're talking about.
If Russell started it or put some money in, and he deserved something back?
You would think, but, honey, they say she gave what he put in probably, and, honey, her husband
say,
she
paid him back.
Yeah, so, honey.
And there's probably nothing he can do about it since he signed it over to her when he left the country.
Yeah, because
isn't that the same company Flo Rida got that big check off of?
Yeah, that money probably went to Flo Rida. I saw him in the mall the other day, but, honey, yes, so, child, we're going to keep Russell lifted up in prayer because I think he should get his money back, but now that, he's probably back in the States because, he was in Bali for a while, baby. He was hiding. He said, they're going to find you wherever you go, Russell. But Miss Kamara say, stay over there, honey. I got these coins right over here. So we're going to see how that all turned out. We feel bad for Russell because Kamara shouldn't do that. That was her ex-husband. That's them baby's daddy. No, we shouldn't feel bad for
Russell. He's very zen. He knows how to calm his nerves. He sits in a folded position and he prays and stuff. Yeah.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He just ain't getting that money right now, so he needs to sit in that. But anyway.
He's getting money now. He started Def Jam, so he got money coming in.
He still got money?
Oh, he got money.
Yeah,
He's definitely.
Why you need to leave Kamara alone? Let her keep her money here if he got money. Why you running behind that woman?
Not if he's owed something from it. Now, you wouldn't do that if you was owed some money. You'd fight to get your money.
Well, if I was running and hiding, thinking I was going to go to the pen, honey, from them women having all those charges, and just hush up and thank God that you didn't go to the pen and that little money you can't miss what you never had. And since you didn't go, you
would go back and want your money.
We going to see, boo. Moving on. In other celebrity news, y'all, baby Miss Madonna, honey, this girl, she recently started dating this 29-year-old actor by the name of Josh Parker. Well, baby, Miss Madonna said she reportedly made him sign a non-disclosure agreement to make sure, honey, that he doesn't tell any or all of their bedroom activities.
Damn right.
Huh?
Damn right.
Yeah, but Rickey know how she wrong for that. Now they're saying, honey, that if you talk to Madonna, work with Madonna, or do anything with Miss Madonna, honey, you got to sign a non-disclosure, honey. She say no one, honey, is controlling her image better than she is. And they're saying when you talk to her, they said everyone who works on her upcoming tour had to sign an NDA before they could even audition. And the same applies to boyfriends. They said before they even know if they're dating her lawyer, baby, is on the phone. So now, Rickey, I kind of know you a little well and stuff like that. You must have people sign a non-disclosure because I ain't never heard your name out in the streets.
Before they get on the plane. Before they get on the plane.
Okay.
Before they come up to the apartment building. Yes, sir.
Because
all them damn phones and taking pictures and stuff. You better leave that camera phone downstairs and don't take it out your purse.
Okay.
Or step outside the apartment and make whatever call you want to make. They don't play with these.
Yep.
When you get your older woman, she ain't gonna do that because she got a flip phone and ain't got no camera on it.
She don't even care. Yeah.
Okay.
She don't even be on social media.
Yeah. Well, I guess
with a chick looking in her phone the whole time. Them be the nobody.
but I guess those it's a legal document. I guess it can hold up in court or what have you.
Man.
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
Absolutely. You have to want to come in my house.
Right, Brett.
Yeah, and give me your ID and all that. I put it in the file and save it for later.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you ain't finna. I'm talking about, it's some details in those damn notes or whatever.
Yes, it is.
And they sign it so quick, they don't even know what the hell they signing.
Okay.
I'm talking about signing quick. Damn, they'll sign your life away. You come up in here, bro. We gonna protect that. They ain't gonna come in here and fall and all that stuff. We not responsible.
No.
My glory. All right, the color today, honey, is one of my favorite. My color today, y'all, is marmalade. On the high end, you say marmalade, and on the low end, you say beautiful orange.
Ain't that Patti LaBelle song?
Well, hers is Lady Marmalade. This is Marmalade. There's a difference.
Oh, Lard.
Lard.
Oh.
And what does that mean?
Mama Lard.
You
What
don't
does
even know?
Marmalade mean?
A little hefty.
What does it mean?
Yeah. It means orange.
Oh, okay. That's beautiful color. Y'all give it up for Gary with the team. All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Get at me, 866-9 Rickey, 866-9 Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's time to get yourself together. Cause they woke you up this morning, slid you in your house shoes, so it would be better. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Encourage each other and be productive. The Rickey Smiley Morning Show, wanna know what you calling for, so come on and tell us and just wake up.
Hi, this is Betty. I'm calling from South Carolina. I'm calling to wake up everybody in Warrensville Heights, Ohio, and Garfield Heights, Alonzo, Greta, Tutu, LJ, Little Sticky, Terrell Hardy. Wake up, wake up, wake up!
Good morning, this is Phil. I'm calling from Goose. I just like to say to my son, Sean, and his son, Sean Ryan Murray, wake up, wake up, wake up.
The wake-up call from Bimini, Bahamas. This is Shakira calling to say good morning.
My name is Sharon Daniels, Little Rock, Arkansas. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Good morning. This is Bruce calling from Cleveland. I want to wake up my daughter, Taylor, my co-worker at CMHA, and no famous face, Rickey Smiley. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Say Gainesville, wake up. Meridian, wake up. And Greenwood, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. When you at Dallas, wake up. In Chicago, wake up. ATL, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Hey, appreciate it. Hey, big shout out to you, Shakira from Bimini, Bahamas. Brad, that's my friend. She makes sure we straight every time we go to the Bahamas.
Our favorite grandmama, Miss Bernice Jenkins.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Janie.
Good morning.
Sign me up for the Christian Jubilee. Write my name on the road. I've been changed. Since the Lord has lifted me. I wanna be ready when Jesus. Here's our church announcement this morning. Govern yourself.
Accordingly.
Now, the pastor wants to apologize to Kathy and Bert Carpenter. The church is only white members. They tried to participate at the pastor's anniversary dinner last Sunday, and nobody ate her raw corned beef casserole or her special salad, which only had macaroni, relish, sauerkraut in it. That nobody wanted. But they still donated a check for $15,000 that was post-dated for tomorrow. So y'all will go downstairs immediately after service and eat every bit of it. The devil's a lie. The devil's a lie.
Every bit of it.
Every bit of it. Pray for our sick and shut in Sister Gert Martin, who just turned 83. You know her.
Yeah.
She suffered a mishap yesterday when she tried to jump on double dutch with her granddaughters in her driveway. But she has a prosthetic leg, a fake leg, and the ropes got caught in her fake foot and snatched it off, and it flew over the fence into a neighbor's yard, and it... and his Rottweilers ran off with it into the woods.
Oh.
And won't let nobody go near it, so y'all make sure.
Oh, Lord. Oh.
Make sure y'all pray.
Oh.
Woo. Condolences to the Hartwell family who lost their great-grandfather, Lester Sr. You know him, Lester Sr.?
Yeah.
They lost him on last Friday. He was 96, and Lester was on a cruise to Mexico.
Oh.
When he stabbed himself in the neck, shaving, and almost all of his blood ran out, and the ship meds tried to save him with the transfusion, but they didn't know his blood type. And they say that as he was fading while they were scrambling to figure out the right blood type, old Lester was trying to keep everybody's spirits up. And even as he slipped away to the upper room because he kept whispering over and over, be positive, be positive, be positive. And they was positive. And that was that. So soon as the ship get back to the United States, funeral arrangements will be planned. That concludes our church announcement. Janie, thank you. I'll call you tomorrow. All right.
Let's see what my boy Black Tony, you not coming to work today? What's the problem?
Hold on, sir. Hold on, sir.
Black Tony, what?
I'm right here. I'm dealing with the miracle of life, sir. I'm experiencing something real profound right now. Right to you, it's the miracle of life right now. I'm feeding this little baby right now.
You got a little kitten?
Not quite, sir. What's going on? We did an experiment at the truck. You know, I'm back on the truck. Since y'all ain't paying me no real money, I had to go back to sell it. I mean, you know, I had to go back to trapping.
Right.
Crackhead.
Huh?
A crackhead told us to give him $20. He wanted to show us something amazing.
And what he showed you?
He done breeded his cat with a squirrel.
Wait a minute, what?
He done breed a cat with a squirrel.
You can't breed a cat with a squirrel, Black Tony.
If you a crackhead, you can do anything when you a crackhead. That's like being a magician. You know? So now we got a baby. We got a baby squat.
So what they got to do with you not coming to work?
Because I'm feeding it. It think I'm his mama. It climb up in the tree, it jump up in the tree, and then run around, and then it come back down and use the little box. It's amazing.
So what part looks like a squirrel and what part looks like a cat?
He got a cat head. He got a cat head and a squirrel tail. I'm just getting emotional looking at him. He's so beautiful, Rodney. He got a big bushy tail, but he got a cat head. And he got squirrel feet.
Don't look out because he like nuts.
Yeah, he do like nuts.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show is 4 minutes after the hour. Gary has the tea and the clue of the day. What up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Wednesday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Last year, y'all, there was reports on that former Real Housewives of Potomac couple, Chris and Monique Samuels, y'all, were filing for divorce. But they quickly, y'all, they said they quickly deleted that rumor that they were going to definitely file for divorce. Well, it's being reported, y'all, that now the divorce report is real. Now, according to People magazine, they're saying that Monique Samuels has filed to legally end her marriage to Chris Samuels. Now, the Montgomery County Family Court confirmed to People on yesterday that the Real Housewives of Potomac alum has officially filed for divorce from the former NFL player 45. Now, they're saying though Monique has filed a petition, y'all, to seal the document, they're saying that the document shows that she filed a complaint for absolute divorce on April the 14th. She then filed an amended complaint for absolute divorce on June 15th. Now, they're saying the former couple divorce has yet to be finalized. However, Monique and Chris have a scheduled hearing today, y'all, in court, y'all. So let's continue to pray, honey, for Monique and Chris. And I love them as a couple. And, Chris, he only made $56 million. But he seemed like he gave Monique everything from on the show. When I used to watch the show, when they were on the show, he gave her everything. And he seemed like he really loved her and stuff. But she used to get a little bit frustrated with him every now and then. And some people saying, girl, don't divorce him, honey. There ain't too much out there. But who knows, honey. We don't know what went on behind the scenes to cause this divorce. But they are definitely divorcing, so it's a sad situation. People just divorcing Ricky like hotcakes, honey. I don't know what the world coming to, honey.
Let's stay together.
Yes, they need to stay together.
What happened to love? What happened to love, Gary?
Ricky, I don't know what happened to love. Is just a word. I think the only person I know that's in love is Brad. Brad, aren't you in love?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Brad is in love.
People have ADHD relationships, Brad.
Yep, they do.
They do. ADHD.
Yeah.
He gonna say, how you gonna look at me and say, me and Rati in love?
And look at me sitting right next to you in your eye.
Y'all know y'all
I'm very in love.
Oh, we don't hear about y'all love, honey, so we don't know about y'all love.
We don't hear about our love.
We hear about Brad love, baby. We see it on TV, boo. So I don't know about y'all.
We ain't on TV.
That's why we don't hear about y'all love.
Like they love matters. They love matters.
You think it does, Ricky? Oh, it does.
Maybe the lack of love in your life is blinding you, Gary.
Is that what it is?
I think that's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, less stress. Moving on. In other celebrity news, y'all, baby, they say Beyonce was upset the other day with her stage crew because, honey, her glitter horse didn't come up on time, honey. They said she was still doing her show in Amsterdam, and that horse didn't come up when it was supposed to. So they said, honey, she slapped that doggone stage man's hand and told him she was very angry with him and what have you. So I hope he didn't get fired because, Miss Knowles Carter don't play those games, honey. She gets to you, honey. So they should have had that horse arriving when it was supposed to. That's right, honey. Mm-mm. All right, and other celebrity news, oh, Jesus. I just think this is the fakest couple, honey. Y'all, Jonathan Majors, honey, and I just don't believe that he's definitely, him and Megan Good is in love. They say all of a sudden, well, anyway, she was in court with him yesterday, honey. She was walking in court holding his hand, honey. They were matching. He had on a nice brown suit, and she had on a beautiful tan suit, and her hair grew, honey, since she was with her husband, because she do wear short hair when she was with her husband. Her hair didn't grew now with Jonathan. But they're saying they arrived in court holding hands, honey, and, I guess they're waiting to hear his sentence, whatever going to happen to him, honey. But I know it was just...
Sentence.
What'd you say, Ricky?
This is who?
Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Majors and Megan Good.
Oh,
they
ain't even been together long enough
no,
for all that.
Exactly. Hell.
Well, that's
like,
okay, y'all.
8
They
days?
enjoying it. They enjoying it. They dressing alike and they enjoying it. Let them live, Gary.
Yeah. Well, but I'm going to let them live. But I'm very angry with her. Just think of the good pastor that she had and left him to go with this man.
It didn't work out, Gary.
I just don't like that, honey.
She obviously ain't no pastor's wife. She don't want to be that.
Well, yeah, evidently that is so, though, but I feel bad for him because he's a praying man, and I know they say prayer works, so it didn't work with them, I guess, but we just got to keep praying for Pastor, honey, and that Megan come back to him, because right now I just know this is just not real. I just can't see him being with her.
I don't think he needs or wants her back. I think he's doing great on his own. I think he just produced a movie with Selma Hayek or somebody like that. Like, he's doing very good.
Yeah? Well, yeah. Honey, but Brad, I just said the other day, he said he cried himself to sleep at night. So he ain't doing that well. If he crying that night, honey, because Megan with honey.
But that don't mean he crying over Megan.
Who he crying over, Ricky? He crying over somebody, but honey, cry, honey. They say cry me a river,
Megan, one of the ones you cry over. I would lose a lot of damn sleep over Megan. Yeah, she one of the ones when them damn BET love song commercials come on in the middle of the night, your ass. Yeah. Sitting on the side of the bed with butterflies in your stomach because she checking your phone every 5 minutes. She ain't text you good night or nothing. Yeah, that's depressing love. Most of the time you just don't care. You just get over it or whatever. But somebody like Megan, boy, you'll lose a lot of sleep, boy.
Yeah. And he probably lost
You can't
a lot
finish
of
a bowl of
sleep.
cereal, a brand new box of freaking Lucky Charms. You can't finish it. Your stomach's so messed up. Coach.
Yeah. You need to get with
I got a
Lupita.
homeboy that gave his wife a kidney or whatever, and he still had feelings in the kidney, and somebody was pounding another dude. She cheated with another dude.
Oh, my
And he could feel that kidney getting pounded by 11 o'clock for about 45, 50 minutes.
Keep him, Jesus.
Thump, thump.
My Lord. Well, you see that? There you have it, Brad. So there goes that
Thump,
love.
thump.
All right, the Kahlua today, honey, is one of my favorite Kahluas. My Kahlua today, y'all, is marmalade. On the high end, you say marmalade, and on the low end, you say beautiful orange. That's your Kahlua for
I thought
today.
it was marmalade.
Yeah. What'd you say, Brad?
You said it was marmalade before.
That's the way you pronounced it.
Oh.
Y'all
You
give it
wanted
up.
to take back, you said large, honey.
Give it up again, Gary with the T. Oh, man, Rick's Smiley Morning Show. Hey, Brad. Hey, Brad. Hey, man, you might want to look up this chick named Letitia Williams. Letitia Williams. She does great makeup. Maybe you and Judy could use her on y'all TV show. I put some before and after pictures on RS Comedy of the job that she doing makeup. And everybody go on there and scroll across. Man, but fellas, y'all need to be careful. Be careful out here.
You know what?
These makeup artists be doing some real artistry and stuff. So,
sorcery.
Why the hell I never could get it?
Now, why in the hell?
You done went from Miss Jane Pittman to Keke Palmer.
Wait, what?
That's some real marketing right there, Jack.
Yeah, no.
They
We
went
definitely
from
ain't
who's
using
at
her
the
on nothing we got. Okay.
From Miss Jane. Remember the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman?
Yeah, it went from
Cicely
Jane
Tyson
Pittman to who?
to Aquila and the Bee.
If you driving, if you go to RS Comedy,
Oh, man.
look at the picture, but don't scroll. Don't scroll across with your thumb. What's wrong, Gary?
Baby, this girl looked embalmed.
We got Dr. MJ Collier up next. Hit us at, if you have any medical questions, 866-9-RICKY, 866-9-RICKEY, Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show, baby.
Health, happiness, and hope. It's Wellness Wednesday on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Every Wednesday on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show is Wellness Wednesday. And we got the one and only Dr. MJ Collier is back with an update from the medical community. And he will also answer your general medical questions. Dr. Collier, good morning, and how are you today?
I am wonderful, Rickey Smiley, and please don't step away from the mic because I want you in this conversation. Good
Yes,
morning,
sir.
Rickey, Rock T, the Brat, Special K, Maria, and Gary with the T. Thank you once again for the opportunity to bring healthcare information to the listeners of the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. So, Rickey, June again is National Men's Health Month, and this month is all about encouraging the men in your life, including yourself, men, to care for your bodies, and in the words of Maria Moore, your mind, and eating right, exercising, and working to prevent disease. So our discussion today on our men's health topic is about your mental health, particularly about depression. Rickey, you know depression affects 1 out of 5 people in the United States, and I think it's actually underdiagnosed. So many people are suffering at this time. The diagnosis includes depressed mood, sleep disturbances, appetite changes, fatigue, feelings of worthlessness or guilt, and decreased ability to concentrate occurring for at least a 2-week period. So these symptoms usually represent a decrease in your ability to function from your baseline levels of functional, and they are not attributable to any other medical condition like thyroid disease or substance abuse. Thoughts of death and suicidal ideation are very common. So this is a big problem that is, disproportionately affecting people of color. We used to think that it was a bad thing to even talk about mental health disease. It was just something that we didn't deal with or that we didn't accept as a problem. Black people are strong. We have traditionally been a strong person in this culture because we have to deal with so much on a daily basis. But I tell people, if you're African American in the United States of America, America, and you're not depressed, something is wrong because, you really just have to deal with stuff on a daily basis. So there have been basically a lot of treatment options that have been looked upon, Ricky, and the combination of psychotherapy and pharmacologic therapy. That means you have somebody to talk to evaluate you on a mental and emotional scale, as well as treating you pharmacologically. When you do both of those things versus one or the other, you always have a better outcome. The problem is mental health providers are so few and far between. You cannot find therapists. You cannot find psychologists. You cannot find psychiatrists. It is a very difficult problem for people that have depression. So guess who does the most of your depression therapies? Your primary care doctors. The vast majority of your prescriptions are given by primary care doctors. So, the problem is primary care doctors aren't as equipped to do the psychotherapy as a therapist is. So I usually will work with a therapist, and I will prescribe medications. We will come to a decision mutually with the patient and the therapist as to how we would treat them. But one of the things I want to share with you, Ricky, if you did not know, I'm sure you've heard of the medication ketamine. Ketamine is an absolutely amazing product that has been brought forth in the treatment of chronic pain and depression. And this is a dissociative disease. I mean, it's a dissociative treatment. And what that means, it basically separates you from that disease state. Did you know that ketamine was originally derived from PCP or angel dust?
Really?
Yes. Can you believe it? It's a clinical use for angel dust. It's been used in hospitals and veterinary clinics as an anesthetic for decades, so it's not new. On the street, we call ketamine Special K. Not Special K the comedian, but Special K the ketamine. So, this is but it's a great therapy, particularly when given as an infusion therapy, because it literally lifts that veil of depression, and it does so in a very, very short period of time, and it lasts for an extraordinary period of time. Your treatment may include one infusion session, or it may include multiple infusion sessions. But it is literally for recalcitrant depressive symptoms. It is literally one of the best treatments that's out there and available now.
Wow. All right, let's go to the phones. You're on with Dr. Collier. Good morning.
I have uterine fibroids. I'm 49 years old. I want to know if when my cycle comes on, are my fibroids shrinking? And once I go into menopause, will they shrink?
They're not shrinking when your cycle comes on. That's just one of the side effects of having the fibroids, particularly if the fibroids interact with the lining of the uterus called the endometrium. They do shrink at menopause, and if your bleeding is not so bad that it is, compromising your lifestyle, and you can hang in there because you're approaching menopausal age, then they will shrink and probably give you symptomatic relief. Doesn't happen 100% of the time, but the vast majority of the time it does. So there are actually medications now that can stimulate that, and so there are 2 oral treatments that are new. You might have seen them advertised, but they are good for slowing down the bleeding and giving you back your life, basically.
There it is. You're on Dr. Collier. Good morning.
Okay, hey, doctor. I want to know your opinion on dofetilide as a treatment for AFib.
What did he say, Dr. Collier?
Docetamide.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an anti-arrhythmic, and one of the treatments that you use for atrial fibrillation, but the primary therapy is blood thinners. It can be a low-dose aspirin, 81 milligrams, as we used to call them baby aspirin. Now we call them low-dose aspirin, or other non-anti-clotting, because the problem is that when blood isn't moving, it clots. And when you have atrial fibrillation, your heart is just kind of shaking, but it's not moving blood efficiently forward through the heart, so the blood can clot. And when that happens, those little microscopic clots can cause heart attacks and strokes. And so that's why it's very important, if you have a diagnosis of atrial fib, that you stay on, an antiarrhythmic as well as a blood thinner.
All right, you're on Dr. Collier. Good morning.
Hi, Dr. Collier. I have a history of IBS, and I'm currently taking Linzess. I'm noticing a lot of bloating. What can I do to resolve the bloating?
Okay, you're a perfect patient and candidate for probiotics. Dr. Collier highly recommends probiotic therapy because it changes the microbiome of your gut, gives you more good bacteria, the aerobic bacteria versus the anaerobic, which is a foul smelling and gives your stool a bad smell and causes you to bloat. So probiotics will be very good therapy for you. Just make sure that your probiotic contains multiple good bacteria cultures, not just one, and the unit of measure is colony-forming units. And you want billions with a B, not millions. One with billions with a B and multiple colonies, and that will give you some symptomatic relief.
You better get your adult diaper thong and damn probiotics.
Probiotics would not cause diarrhea.
Not diarrhea, but golly, bro, I had to stop taking that, boy. Sitting up there, altar call, boy. Like, what's wrong? They thought I was grieving. I'm like, no, that ain't grief. That ain't grief.
In the business.
Grief.
That's a difference. And they can jump in that baptismal pool.
Turn it into a jacuzzi.
All right, Dr. Collier, let everybody know how you can be reached.
What? You can reach me on all social media at AskDrMJ. Ask Dr. MJ, and these are the opinions of Dr. MJ Collier, not those of Rickey Smiley, the Rickey Smiley Morning Show cast, or its production crew. Go to my website, lifodrops.com, where you can find out about probiotics, vitamin D, and omega-3 fish oil, and other supplements to optimize your health.
Hey.
Quickies.
Oh, yes. Rickey Smiley sings a lot, but he never sings the blues. He wears a Nike sweatsuit with dirty shoes.
Quickies.
I would never let anyone else in Jacksonville borrow any money. You can afford me, but you can't afford that paperwork.
Quickies.
Rickey, show me your quickie, but not so quickly.
Quickies.
Y'all go ahead and get those DNA tests done. You have to stop having to buy all those Father's Day gifts for all them different dudes.
Quickies.
My homeboy girlfriend so nasty, she keep ice in her panties just to keep the crab fresh.
Quickies.
There's a leak in this old building.
Quickies.
Hey, Rick, why my homie mama ain't got no tea? She's having a conversation. I said, what you talking about? She just,
Quickies.
Hi, my name is Tammy Sawdall from Union, South Carolina, and I just want to tell my son, Rick James, you're not a player.
Quickies.
Hey, Ricky, I think my husband has a male crush on you. Brat, you're beautiful pregnant.
Quickies.
And would I be sure that this is love?
Quickies.
Hey, Ricky, have you heard about the new drug that's coming out? They turn gay guys straight. It's called Trivagigen.
Quickies.
I want to rock right now. I want to rock right now.
Quickies.
Hey, Ricky, I need a loan. I just need $20,000 till payday.
Quickies.
Hey, Ricky, I need you to stop playing on pre-recorded labs.
Quickies.
Visit KidsCentralEat.org to become a foster parent in Central Florida.
Quickies.
Ready for some college football.
Quickies.
Ricky, you so sexy. Let me see your stomach.
Quickies.
Hey, Gary with the tree, I'm trying to make that thing go.
Yeah, man. All right, man.
Hey, listen, man, yesterday was just an interesting day. I just thank God for these past 2 weeks of a great healing. And I was talking to my nieces and nephews over Father's Day weekend just about perspectives. And that's one of the things that's kind of keeping me going through this healing process is perspective. You know, one perspective is like looking out of two windows, Brett. You look out of one window, you know, you're looking at all the bad stuff, and you're looking at that what happened to you, what happened to your family, what happened to your son. But you look at the other window, you look at you know, other people that's also suffering. That situation is worse than yours, and that gives you a perspective. And sometimes, man, perspective help you through stuff, because right when you start getting into what you got going on, what you going through, and what you dealing with. My son was 32 years old, and then you're looking at a mother who lost a 15-year-old daughter, right, and two kids that didn't make it home from the prom or died driving back home from high school graduation after going to a party, who you know, and I started thanking God for the little stuff. I said, well, thank God, this kid that died was 15. I just thank you, God, for just giving me another 17 years, because that could have been my son. You know, a lady lost two sons right after my son died, or whatever, you know, and I got two sons, and I'm like, God, you know, you could have taken both of my sons. And just starting trying to find some gratefulness and some gratitude, and just trying to find ways to give God some kind of praise out of everything that you're going through, and just looking at stuff from a different perspective. And this stuff just kind of, you know, it keep you humble, it keep you grateful, it keep you thankful, despite of the bad, because it's a lot of bad out there. And you got to also realize that a lot of people are suffering and going through worse. I was spending time with my only son now, Malik. We were just out there fixing the car yesterday, and I was just having all kind of flashbacks. I was like, man, I did this same stuff with Brandon. I'm talking about like cleaning the seats, cleaning the dashboard, ripping all the carpet out, vacuuming and shampooing the carpet, just trying to get his little truck tight before he go back off to school, and just dealing with a lot of stuff. And yesterday, and it was just flashbacks. And sometimes, man, as parents that have lost children, we start questioning ourselves and questioning our parenting and stuff. And when my son drove off yesterday, and what my son said to me Father's Day weekend, after we had watched a video that all my nieces and my nephews and my kids made, my son put his hand on my shoulder and he was like, Dad, he said, you the best dad ever. He said, you the best dad ever. And he said, you know what, Dad? He said, Dad, I want to be just like you. And it just kind of, oh man, Brett.
I just got a lump in my throat. I know.
When the way he looked at me and the way he said that, and he pulled me off to the side, and he had his hand on my shoulder, he was looking at me, and he said, I want to be just like you. And it just tore me up, and I'm good at not crying. I've learned to not cry, but the whole point I wanted to say to you, Brett, this morning. First of all, thank you for what you have done.
Don't have me cry.
Okay, I just want to say.
Okay.
Thank you for what you've done for me and my kids, and being an auntie and being on Craig. Craig got a job in Miami, working at Miami Beach Marina. He's doing well for himself. He came all the way home for Father's Day. And I want to tell you, man, just to thank you for even the consideration of having me to be a part of your son's life. And I want to tell you that, like I always have, and I say this with full confidence, man, I'm going to give you the best that I got.
I know.
Anything, your son needs, the love, the food, basketball, baseball, football, discipline, structure. 3 college athletes came out of my house. 3.
I know.
2 basketball, 1 football. Degrees all up and down that bottom hallway. And more degrees to go up on the wall, making sure that they walk across that stage and become men.
Right.
And if any kid that come out of this house grew up and decided they want to be something and go in the right direction, this is a good place for them. And I just appreciate what you said to me yesterday, because it was just on me all day yesterday. The fact that you would even, oh my God, it was tearing me up yesterday. Man, it had me toe up all day yesterday. The fact that you just even consider me to be something to your son, it means so much to me, because that means that you trust me and stuff, and trust my judgment or whatever. And I just really appreciate that, and I just want to share that. And I just want to say to all the men out there, man, that's out here trying to make a difference in these kids' life, just keep doing what you're doing. And sometimes things don't go all the way right, or whatever, and don't ever question yourself, because we're not perfect. The only thing that you could do is do the best that you can.
Amen.
And that's what I did for all of my kids. Every kid and every nephew that was raised in this house, only thing I did was give them the absolute best that I possibly could. And it wasn't perfect, but it was the best that I could give. And I just want to thank you for that, and I want to encourage all men and all fathers, keep doing what you're doing, keep loving, but continue the discipline, continue the structure, and they will thank you later, because nobody got more discipline and structure than Malik. Malik, he was kicked out of 3 schools. 3 schools for having behavioral problems. Yeah. And boy, and for him to be 22 years old, getting ready to graduate college and headed into law school, right?
Yes.
Headed into law school, trying to find a law program for him. Him and Aaron got the most punishments, standing in the corner, squats, spankings out of all the kids. She's graduating from Baylor University next month, and he's graduating from Alabama State University. And I just thank God, man. That lets you know that you did. You weren't perfect, but you did something right. So thank you for that. And I thank you for the opportunity to be in your son's life. I look forward to it. I already got baby stuff here at the house. I got Pampers. I got milk. I got milk powder. I know somebody that got food stamps. We're going to go down there. We're going to get that card. We're going to go down to Piggly Wiggly and get everything that baby needs. I got food. I know folks that got food stamps. You heard me? So I promise I just want to share that with y'all. But all the men out there, just keep being great dads. And don't ever question yourself. Just work every day to get better. It's just like, nobody's perfect. It's just like walking, man. You're going to fall a few times, man, but get back up and keep walking, man. God bless y'all, and thank y'all for allowing me to share this moment. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.
News headlines,
Entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Got your front page right here. Maria, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, RSMS family. Here's your Wednesday news. Some neighborhoods in Broward County in Florida are under quarantine after sightings of invasive giant African land snails, known to be one of the most dangerous species. Now, according to officials, giant African land snails can eat at least 500 different types of plants, and they can chomp through stucco, plastic recycling bins, and even signs. Their pointy edges are sharp enough to blow out car tires. The snails also pose a risk to humans because they carry a parasite which can cause meningitis. So that's something serious happening down south. In other news, the New York Post reports that delivery app DoorDash was hit with a $1 billion lawsuit for allegedly slamming iPhone users with higher fees than it charges its Android ordering counterparts, claiming likely because studies reveal iPhone users earn more money. Now, the explosive class action lawsuit filed in the U.S. District Court of Maryland on May 5th claims a food delivery service engages in deceptive, misleading, and fraudulent practices with illegal fees for customers with Apple devices. DoorDash, which boasts more than 27 million users, denied the allegations in a lawsuit. Lastly, y'all, The Price is Right went left last week when a highly energetic contestant named Henry dislocated his shoulder while celebrating a game win. Henry was seen jumping and cheering when he threw his fist in the air, and he ended up injuring himself. Host Drew Carey joked about the moment on an Instagram post, saying Henry won a trip to Hawaii and the ER. He also reassured fans that Henry is feeling better and all healed now. I'm Maria Moore, and that's a quick look at news. For more on these stories and other headlines, visit RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. Rock T, what's going on in sports?
Appreciate that, Maria. Well, the Miami Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill is under investigation on allegations of assault. He allegedly hit a Miami Beach marina employee during a disagreement. Tyreek reportedly slapped the employee on back of the head. We'll keep you posted.
That's where Craig worked.
Yeah, I heard you say that just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, my nephew worked. Okay, we need to get him on the phone to find out what happened.
Yeah, he probably was there. He probably was there, man. But he slapped
probably the one that got hit.
Oh, no, man. You say your dad, man. Guess it with me, Dad.
Don't do that.
Oh, Craig. I'm just joking.
New Orleans Pelicans star Zion Williamson, former alleged girlfriend or side chick, whatever you want to call her, Mariah Mills, has been suspended from Twitter after threatening to release a sex tape involving her and Zion, Briggity Tack. She's still bothered since he and his current girlfriend revealed that they're going to be having a baby. But she threatened, she didn't threaten him. She threatened the NBA. Like, you need to trade
crazy.
Zion Williamson out of New
Nobody
Orleans.
want to see no damn sex tape with Zion. He got hip, a grown man with hip that can barely get up and down the court. Man, don't nobody want to see it.
Nobody cares.
Hey, man.
She's
serious,
though, man. With her grandmama in bed.
Two Usher board members having
trying
sex.
to threaten his career. Girl, bye.
Yeah. Hey, Rob, remember he was at the free throw line? We was like, if he don't, remember we was at the game when they played the Mary. We was like, man, if he don't lose weight, he ain't gonna make it in the NBA, man.
That's been the same thing everybody been saying, man. He got to drop them pounds, man. So, but I think he's lost like 32 pounds up until now. So he's heading down the right track. So we'll see what happens. Last but not least, man, Golden State Warriors Draymond Green is testing the free agent market. What did I say yesterday, dog? Didn't I just say this, man? Don't be surprised if he go out there and test the market a little bit. He declined the $27.5 million option to stay with the Warriors. Him and LeBron James was hanging out in Europe. They was chilling. I'm not saying, I ain't going to put too much to this because they are good friends off the court, so probably they was just hanging out. But don't be surprised if Draymond Green wound up a Laker. next year, playing with his homie LeBron. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. That'd be a good little matchup, though. I mean, that'd be a good little addition to the Lakers, having that dog. That just because Draymond's just one of them players you want on your team, man. He ain't worried about scoring points. He ain't worried about filling up the stat sheet. He just want to get in the heads of the other team and get them out their game.
You better get them your teammates to wear a helmet when you punch what's his name in the face.
Yeah, man, he did. He lit him up, dog.
Better wear a motorcycle helmet. You on the team with Draymond. Own damn teammate punch that dude like that, bro.
Oh man. Follow me on social media at Rock T Holla. Let's talk sports.
Put on a catchers with them baseball catchers.
Yes, sir.
You gonna play basketball with Draymond? Get hit in the face. Damn, what's
The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and that's hot. You can catch me at the hot spot. It's the BR18.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. The same as being brought to you by.
Brought to you by the Capital One Venture X card, the travel card for people always asking, where next? Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details. Briggity Tat, what's happening?
What up, Rock T? Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brat Tat Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Well, y'all, a few items from Jay-Z and Beyonce's household are up for auction. Now, according to TMZ, some of the items include a bidet and exterior lights. They're now on eBay. So Eric of Eric's Architectural Salvage LA got his hands on several household items in a home that the couple once rented and hopes to sell some of the items off. The bidet is up for $2,400. I don't think a bidet is something I would buy that was anybody else's. A bidet, that's the little thing that wash your booty, right?
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but if you change the squirter, I mean, it's fresh and new, I think. I would.
Oh.
You change the hydrant.
Yeah, the thing that squirt the water
Then
out.
why are you going to pay $2,400 for it if you change? You might as well just buy a new one.
How much all the new ones cost? They probably cheaper. I mean, more expensive. And it was, but the thing
sure
about it,
it's
Beyonce
jacked up.
sat there. Beyonce sat there, and Jay-Z sat there. So you would definitely want to have something that these guys sat on. So I know I would.
Yeah, because the water's not recycled, is it?
No.
Oh, okay.
You have to just change the faucet head on it.
It's kind of like a hookah. Yeah. Yeah.
Change the tip on it.
Change the tip, exactly.
Oh.
I would
If
love
you're going
it.
to pay $2,400, you might as well buy you a new hookah, okay? Like, just to have it, because Beyonce and Jay, it's like a toilet, guys. Come on.
Just
All
think,
right, y'all.
Beyonce
Moving
may have
on.
sat there reading a book, Brad, and that's how she became the person she is. You could become famous by reading a book on your birthday because Beyonce sat there. So I would definitely indulge.
Go on, Brett.
All right, moving on. A few confidential emails between Tory Lanez and his former attorney Sean Holly have leaked, y'all. And in one email, Holly advised the rapper that blaming Meg Thee Stallion's former best friend Kelsey Harris for the rapper's shooting was not a viable strategy. Now, Holly then suggested Tory to see if another lawyer would be willing to move forward with that defense because he wasn't trying to do it. Now, Tory and his family have blamed his lawyer for the conviction in the shooting. However, a former lawyer says that Lanez went against his professional advice in the instance and others, which is one of the reasons he got the outcome that he did. I guess what you have to agree with, like, why would you blame her friend and you the person that did it? So that wouldn't be a viable strategy because Megan is not blind and everybody who was in that car saw what happened. And if it was me that got shot, I wouldn't say it was my friend that did it. Like, that's retarded. Okay, well, y'all, you know what? We're going to wrap up the hot spot on that note. But coming up next, y'all, we got the praise mix down. The time now is 26 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.